Hello and welcome to VID Declassified Design Survival Guide, provided by VID and the Pearce Center for Professional Communication. My name is Sydney Thompson and I am an intern for the Visual Information Design program. VID is a free resource for Clemson students, organizations, faculty, and staff. We offer 30-minute and hour-long consultations where we'll assist you with brainstorming, designing visuals, and more. I will be covering part 1 of this 4-part video series. These vlogs are for anyone who desires to further their knowledge of design principles and Adobe Illustrator to create more effective designs for your academic and professional projects. Throughout this series, we will discuss principles and tips for color, typography, Adobe Illustrator, and grouping and organization when creating a design. Today we are covering color. Let's get started. Here we have an example of a flyer design in Adobe Illustrator that could be made more effective with the proper graphic principles applied. For this video, I will demonstrate how color impacts design both positively and negatively. Color can negatively impact a design if the choices don't represent or assist with the overall purpose trying to be conveyed. Now let's look at an infographic displaying the meanings behind each color from a design standpoint. Red can mean activity, anger, courage, danger, energy, leadership, love, passion, and power. Orange can be cheerful, conversational, creativity, encouragement, enthusiasm, fascination, joy, passion, vibrancy, youthful. Yellow stands for more of childish, clarity, concentration, energy, freshness, friendliness, happiness, hope, intellect, and optimism. Green normally gives a sense of abundance, ambition, calm, endurance, freshness, generosity, growth, healing, nature, protection, safety, and wealth. Blue is also calming, stands for confidence, courage, friendliness, intelligence, loyalty, sadness, security, stability, tranquility, trust, and wisdom. Purple is ambitious, creative, luxurious, mystical, nostalgic, royalty, sentimental, sophistication, and even spiritual. And then we have black, which can stand for elegance, exclusivity, functionality, mourning, mystery, power, and also sophistication. And then there's your basic color of white, which can stand for cleanliness, innocence, modern, perfection, purity, and transparency. So those are just some different meanings behind the colors that can help you choose which colors are right to use for your project. For this specific flyer, it appears they're trying to stick with the Clemson branding colors of both the university and the Pearce Center for Professional Communication. So the orange color is a color we can't really do much about because it's an important color, it needs to stay, but it's an awesome color that Clemson has chosen because it's cheerful, it sparks creativity, it gives off encouragement, enthusiasm, joy, passion, basically what the university is all about. So that's an awesome color we have to start off to work with. The secondary color chosen, gray, I feel is a great complementary color. I'm just not sure if this tint of the gray works well with the orange in this case. The wrong color combinations can make it difficult for viewers who are colorblind to distinguish between the shape and the text, which is kind of the situation we're having here, because the gray background and then the text on top, especially the orange colored text, it's kind of hard to read even for a person who isn't colorblind. So that might not be the best color combination to choose from. Also, choosing really bright colors can create eye strain, especially with digital design, so that's what we're kind of getting with the orange on top of the gray. It looks fine with the white, but because it's so bright on top of that gray, it's making it harder to read as well. The best method is to pick a color scheme that is cohesive and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Color can be a powerful attention-grabbing tool that's used to create contrast and evoke emotion if it's used sparingly. Just picking a random color from the color wheel can hinder the design's flow and contrast. There are several free online generators that automatically produce several cohesive color schemes for you automatically. So that's what I would suggest using for this one, just to make sure we can get a good color scheme with the orange. Coolors, Coolors, is the generator I will be demonstrating today. So what we can do is we can start with grabbing that hex code color for the Clemson brand orange, because that's something that has to stay consistent. We can't use a different shade. It has to be that shade of orange. So what you can do in Illustrator is you can click on the big orange block of text, and then just go down to the bottom left hand corner where there's that orange square, and if you hover over it, it'll say fill, and you can double click on that, and this will bring up your color picker. And basically it gives a bunch of different color variations for print, for screen. But all we're really concerned about today is this highlighted portion at the bottom with the hashtag symbol. And we'll just copy that text. It says D5682C. So just copy that, Command C on a Mac, and we can paste that right into the Coolors generator. So what you can do is just go to your internet browser and type in Coolors. And then it should be one of the first results that pops up, so you can just click on that. And then it'll bring you to the Coolors homepage, and all you need to do is just hit start the generator. And this is a really cool tool because basically all you have to do is hit your spacebar a couple times and it will automatically change which color scheme comes up, and it gives you a variety of colors that look pleasing together. So if you hit that a couple times just to see how it works, it'll pull up very different colors and it looks really awesome. So what we're going to do now is each of these colors has its number, kind of like the hex code we just copied from Adobe Illustrator. So I'll just go over here to the left side and click on the first one, double click, and it's going to bring up that hex code again. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply just going to paste our hex code on top of the one that is on the far left, and that will give us our Clemson color. And now what I can do is if I hover over that block, I can lock this color, which means every time I'll hit the space bar, that color will stay stationary and all the other colors will change, so I can get some colors that work well with our Clemson orange color. So what I'll do is I'll hit the space bar now. Oh, and look, it pulled up a really nice gray, which is exactly what we were going for our design. So now all I have to do is I can just copy this hex code from the website, and then go back into Adobe Illustrator and click on our gray box and do the same exact thing. Go to the bottom left hand corner and double click on the fill again. And then this time, instead of copying it, I'm just going to Command V on the Mac and paste that code and hit OK. And there's our new gray color that works even better with our orange brand color. Personally, I would suggest using a color generator, whether it's Coolors or another one you might find on the internet, for pretty much any project. It's just going to give you that automatically aesthetically pleasing color scheme when you can still pick out the colors that you want to be on your flyer, poster, research project, whatever it is you might be doing. So I'm going to go back to Coolors and just show you one other cool tip. So what you can do, I showed you the lock feature. Next, if you hover over the box again, you'll see all these different kinds of options. So what I also like to use is to use this double arrow, and if you hover over it, it'll say drag. So let's say I got a really cool pink and I wanted a color that matched the pink better. So I could drag it depending on where that pink color is and drop it beside that color. And I can also go over to the far right hand screen and the plus sign will appear, so I can add a color. So let's say I had a project that required to have 6 different colors. Maybe it's a paper or report where I might need to use different colors for body text or designs or logos or pretty much anything where I might need more than just 2 colors. And I can add as many as I want and hit the space bar, and it's going to generate colors that match all the colors that I have locked in so far. And I just love using Coolors. I think it's a really good tool, and I'd recommend that anyone use it for any project you may have that involves color. So now that we have our colors that we need for our flyer, we can go back to the Adobe Illustrator file, and since we've already changed that text box to a gray, The orange is still kind of harsh on top of it, and it can be hard for people who are colorblind, like I mentioned earlier, to kind of distinguish between the text and the shape. Maybe it looks all like a shape to them. I'm not sure, but that's probably something we want to avoid. So instead of having the orange text over the gray box, how about we make this text the white color, same as the background. So that way it's easier to read and it looks a little more clean, and we can still keep our orange over on the side. So let's just change that up. Okay, that looks awesome. I'm really excited to see what else we can do with this color scheme throughout our 4-part video series, but I think we have a great start on this color. I love how it is easy to read, it's simple, but it still gives you that pop of excitement. Color is an essential aspect of design, and for the purpose of your design to be conveyed to your target audience, you must consider the meaning and cohesiveness behind your color scheme. I hope that these tips will help you use color more effectively in your next design project. Keep a lookout for part 2 of this 4-part video series, where Marin will explain how typography impacts design. Thank you for watching.